hit. He looked like he had a lot of field open. He had one guy to beat. As soon as he caught the ball, he was hit pretty hard. I didn't have a chance to see who the player was, but it looks like a heads-up play by number 1 from Mercedes. Roel Garcia coming down the sideline, picking up that ball, taking it a good 50 yards for a touchdown.
And let's say to see what the ruling is in terms of this flag. I think it's going to be a personal foul, probably a late hit. It looked like as if Roel was into the end zone already and had scored. Someone from La Feria may have hit him a little bit after the whistle was blown, but let's hear what these officials have to call.
Well, you see there's 2 penalties, Eric. There's one over here on the 25-yard line as well.
You're right, I didn't even see that one. Let's see what they are. It looks like
the ball might be coming back. Dead ball, personal foul.
Both of the penalties look like they are on Mercedes. So I think the ball will be coming back.
Yeah, it looks like it is coming back. It looks like they had called defensive holding before the fumble had occurred.
Yeah. So the refs now will be marking it off. This is interesting, but it's probably going to be. Okay, no, it seems as if they called it after the fumble.
Oh, okay.
That's okay, so that's what we have here. Sorry, folks, it's a little bit confusing when you have 2 flags on the play and the refs don't have a microphone to speak into like the NFL or in college. You got to be able to know your calls well, but it looks like as if the both penalties happen after the fumble. So Mercedes will have it at their 20-yard line.
Presa's still there in the shotgun with his 2 trusty running backs by his side.
And we got a false start penalty right now. And that's going to push him back about another 5 yards.
You know, these are a couple mental mistakes that Coach Adame was hoping to eliminate, you know, some of those penalties and mental mistakes. That's a highlight that he talked about before the game, a key to the victory for this team. So that was a precious 6 points that they just took off the board. We'll see if it doesn't come back to haunt them.
And they're back out of that deep formation. Hands it off to number 4, Brandon Gutierrez, who picks up about 6 yards running to the left side of the field.
Presa showed something different there, a little zone read. He had to make sure that the defensive end bit, and once he did, he ended up handing that ball off to number 4.
Yeah, you're right. These, you know, a lot of what those college teams like to do, they like to play that read option to where they may hand it off. The quarterback's got to make that split decision.
You know, Presas is a big guy out there, but he does look like he's pretty light on his feet. And, you know, I would hate to be any of those defensive backs that have to tackle him if he ever gets down into that secondary.
Shotgun. He does that zone read again. Doesn't hand it off. He's running up the left side now. And it's taken the entire La Feria team. You were right, Rini, on that one. The entire team to bring him down. He did not get anything there. Maybe even lost a yard on that play. So, you know, you talked about penalties, and you had a chance to talk to Coach Adame before the game. Last game, they had 11 penalties for 94 yards. That one right there, that took 7 points off the board is, like you said, probably one of the most detrimental type penalties.
What I found interesting, they haven't seemed to be running the ball yet. I mean, they're on third down and long right now. We'll see what they end up, what the Coach Adame dials up here, but that last play didn't go for anything, and La Feria defense swarmed the quarterback.
Presas out of the shotgun again, calling it back. He's dropped back to pass. Looking down to the right side, sorry.
It looks like that was just a miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. Number 81 for La Feria was all over that play. It almost looked like he could have had a pick 6 on that if he would have just made that play. Carlos Ellis.
Yeah, Carlos Ellis had an opportunity. And you know what? If he had made that, if that pass probably would have been a little bit more in play, he had nothing but green in front of him. So some formation changes for La Feria. And it looks like Mercedes will be going for it. I don't know if they trust their kicker enough.
It looks like La Feria is lining up right now in their nickel package. They have 5 defensive backs on the field right now.
They do. Drop back to pass is Presas. He's looking down the field. He's got nothing, and that number, big pressure from La Feria, almost sacked by number 33. That's Sergio Contreras from La Feria who wrapped him up. And then another player from La Feria came in, I believe was number 55, Ryan Puente. with a fumble on the play, but it was 4th down, Rini, so.
Yeah. Well, you know, Presas had a lot of time. He was trying to pick the defense apart. You know, that nickel package came in the clutch right now for La Feria. Let's see if this momentum can turn in their favor on offense.
Now, while they did fumble it, they did recover, but it's a turnover on down, so La Feria back on it. Here's the play, a zone option read. Quarterback Isaac Galpin is running right up the middle. Nothing.
Right now, La Feria is lining up in a spread offense. They had 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Now they're split with two slot receivers.
And quarterback Isaac Galpin is back. The zone option read, and there's nothing doing there for that one.
I tell you what, that Mercedes defensive line is really winning that battle right now. We talked about offensive lines earlier and how well that it seemed the first series Mercedes was playing. La Feria is really struggling right now against that big defensive line front.
Number 90, Jose Almares from Mercedes. And that is a big boy down there, Rini, that you were talking about. He's playing that right defensive end, and he made a big tackle there. Pardon me for earlier, it's Isaac Galpin. He is lined up, deep back. It's 3rd and 5, here comes the shotgun. He's dropped back to pass. Pressure coming in, he's looking deep down the field. Oh, he had number 1, his wide receiver Angel Carrera.
I think Angel just had his eyes open for the rest of the field. He catches that ball and he might not be stopped. Might run all the way to the expressway on that one.
You're right on that. He was wide open down the field, and he had a step on his defender, I'm sorry, but right through, in and out of his hands. And that is now quarterback who is now, it looks like they're going for it on 4th.
No, I think they're going to do a quick kick.
A quick kick, you're right. Sort of pooch punting it. Oh, and it takes a bounce in favor of La Feria. Mercedes picks it up, number 1, Roel Garcia at the 10-yard line, running upfield to the 20, 25, 30. He gets some blocks down the field. He's at the 50. Folks, nobody is going to catch him. That is number 1, Roel Garcia, all the way up the left sideline with a touchdown. Wow. What about that blocking for Mercedes right there, Rini?
There was some great blocking out there on the backside. Number 52 for La Feria seemed to have a beat on his man, and he just didn't see number 1 coming, Roel Garcia, that put a good block on him. And
I'm sorry, folks. Actually, that is number 4, Brandon Gutierrez, that actually scored from up here, up top this press box. He was on the opposite side of the field. It looked like a 1. But that was actually number 4, Brandon Gutierrez, who picked it up and probably took it, I'd say, about 90 yards down the field. And Mercedes tacks on the extra point. Rini, we saw him try to field the punt at about the 30-yard line, slipped right by him, took a bounce in favor of La Feria. He picks it up at the 10-yard line, and the play developed.
You know, sometimes things like that can work against the punting team because it gives too much separation to good athletes around the field. And once he hit that corner, nobody touched him.
You're right. Nobody touched him, and that now makes the score 14-0 for Mercedes. 7:03 left to play in the first quarter. Eric Fantish alongside Rene Verduzco, 956 Sports, bringing you all the action in this crosstown rivalry game between the La Feria Lions and the Mercedes Tigers. So, we've seen some explosive offense from Mercedes.
You know, something both coaches didn't really talk about was special teams before the game, and it seems, I mean, special teams has already shown itself 5 minutes into this ball game.
You are correct. And Mercedes now getting out of the huddle, lining up, and they are ready to kick it off. Number 14, like we said, Juan Cruz. And we need to see something out of La Feria. That pooch punt coming out again. La Feria picking up at the 35-yard line, and they are tackled. And that looks like there was a late hit, but number 11 for La Feria, Mohamed Mugharbi, probably getting a little bit too aggressive after that play. What happened, Rini?
It looks like number 11 just felt that maybe that hit came in a little too late, but you can't do that. You can't go in and make a play like that. The officials never see the first; they always see the retaliation.
Yeah.
And it looks like that might hurt them. They started off with something, possibly good field position. Now they're going to lose about 15 yards.
Yeah, and it's a personal foul. Oh, and it's actually against Mercedes, the personal foul. So even though number 11, Muhammad Mugarbi, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly, had a kind of a push to the helmet on the Mercedes player, I guess the ref did see the first call. You know, like you said, it never works out that way, but La Feria getting a break here. They are now at the 49-yard line, so they've got some good field position, best of the day that they've had. They're lined up out of a
pistol
formation, you're right. And number 3 quarterback, Isaac Galpin, keeping it. And he gets...
There's a penalty on the field over here on the far side. Looks like holding. Could be the possible. It's in the area of what they call holding.
Yeah. He got about 4 yards, but you're right. It was thrown at the line of scrimmage.
But who knows? We've been wrong on 2 penalties so far. So who knows what they're going to call right now.
These refs, right? I guess that's why we're up here and they're down there.
Yeah.
So here's the call. No penalty is the call, actually. They're putting the flag back in the pocket. I think it was either it fell out of someone's pocket or I wouldn't imagine why they would have thrown it, but it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 6. They're learning out of that pistol again. Galpin is back. Hands it off to his running back. And they got a whole bunch of nothing on that one, Rini.
Right now, just those defensive tackles are winning that battle up front like we talked about. Offensive line all too often gets unrecognized when the offense is going really well. And sometimes they get recognized a lot when the offense isn't running as well.
Halfway through the first quarter, 14-0, Mercedes Tigers leading the La Feria Lions. La Feria's got the ball at their own 49-yard line. It's 3rd and 7. Galpin is back to pass. He finds his receiver, number 5, who's got an opening. And that was number 5, Brandon Perez. Looks like he may have gotten the first down. It's a little tough. Like we said, most of the action has been happening on the east side of the stadium, and we are on the west side of the stadium, so it's not close to us.
It looks like the coaches are really trying to get the quarterback into a rhythm right now. Some short, intermediate passes, and that pass ended up working out for an 8-yard gain. 4th and 1 here.
4th and 1. They're running out of that pistol again. Galpin back, hands it off, keeps it himself, and he's got the first.
He fought that extra 2 yards to get that first down.
He did. You're right. He had that option read, and he kept it himself. And
number 3 was the ball carrier.
You know, because they're closing those gaps.
And that is number 1, number 2, and number 3 in the backfield for La Feria. Roel Garcia, Joshua Garza, and Johnny Flores, who are lining up there with number, I'm sorry, I'm reading.
Eric, it looks like something's going on the field right now. They haven't moved it. Are they doing a measurement?
They may be. You are correct. They are measuring.
From our vantage point, it looked like he got it, but he may have stood out of bounds before he got to the yard line.
And I'm sorry, that's Angel Carrera, Ruzbel Gonzalez, and Isaac Galpin for...
Oh, Mercedes is celebrating. It looks like 4th down, and they could not get that 1 yard for the first down. So evidently he did step out of bounds before he got there, because it looked like where you finished at least at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Salinas going for the gamble. Not really punting situation, definitely not kicking situation, but Isaac Galpin did not convert. So that'll be 1st and 10 for Mercedes on La Feria's 41-yard line. 6 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the game, and that is La Feria's 2nd turnover.
Another penalty on the field. Too many men? Who knows?
It's a pre-snap penalty before the line was even set.
Yep, it looks like too many men on the field. Might have broken the huddle with too many men on the field.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, something I'm noticing about La Feria's defense, they're really respecting the passing game that Presas has for Mercedes. They're out now. They have 5 defensive backs on the field right now, and by the looks of his arm, it looks like it's well needed.
First and 15, ball on La Feria's 36. Mercedes has it. They're up 14-0. The pass from Presas out to his running back, number 20. Looked like a little screen flat type pass. He picked up about 5 yards. That was number 20, Jesus Rios for Mercedes.
It looked like Robbie Martinez, number 9 from La Feria, had it read the whole way, but Martinez was able to make him miss, and once he made a miss, he got those 10 yards needed for the first down.
He got the 5 yards back. It's actually going to be 2nd and 10. But
that's right.
That penalty. Actually, I think he got 6. It's 2nd and 9. Lining up again. Presas is back. He's got this ball. He's looking deep. He's going down the sideline, but just led his receiver a little bit too much down that sideline, and that was number 2.
It looked like
Joshua Garza.
And Ozzy Cisneros was on the coverage. He had that read the whole way. Presas did that pump fake. Didn't seem to fool him much, and he just overthrew his receiver.
I think you're right. I think Presas maybe have thrown that one away, if you could say. Sometimes quarterbacks are taught to do that, just throw it a little bit too far. Maybe your wide receiver won't catch it, but definitely the defensive back won't catch it. So it's a different type of formation, some sort of like swinging left gate play. Presas is back. He's rolling out to his left. Down the field, he's got number 2, Joshua Garza, and they've got enough for the first down there, Rini. But tell me about that pass there, rolling out to the left off of his back foot to his wide receiver.
Yeah, exactly what you said. He rolled out to the left, and they just ran a little a little stop route right at the first down line, and he hit him right in stride.
Presas he's a big guy down there, as you pointed out earlier, for a quarterback, but he's got some nimble feet. He can move fast. He's out of the shotgun right now, and he has got the ball, hands it off to his running back, number 24, Isaac Vela, down the left sideline, and he's gang tackled for about a gain of 5.
It looks like the La Feria defense was ready for that one. Ozzy Cisneros was there on the tackle, making a big play on number 24.
We've got 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first. It's 14-0 Mercedes. They've got the ball on their own 43.5-yard line, and it is 2nd and 5. We are still in that first quarter, folks.
Eric, right now Mercedes is winning the battle on first down. They're able to get 4 or 5 yards on first down and make second down a very manageable play.
And Presas was back there on that play. A flag came out. He looked for a pass, but an incompletion. But let's wait to see what this flag looks like.
I'm not even going to try and guess what this one is anymore.
We're getting it from the ref. That's a personal foul, chop block. I was going to say that looked around right by the line of scrimmage, so I was thinking it was going to be a holding, but a chop block on Mercedes.
And Eric, those penalties again, we're talking about them. They're in second and manageable. Then they get a 10-yard chop blocking play. Now they're going to reduce second down. Actually, excuse me, that's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that is a personal foul penalty, so that is going to push them back far. It's probably going to be about 2nd and 20. And Rini, that is their 4th penalty of the night, and we are barely in the first quarter. They are almost at half the amount of penalties that they reached last week. All right, 2nd and 20. Presas is back. Look for him to go deep here. He's back, pass, throwing it, and he got hit while he threw it, and it almost looked like number 7.
Is that Ozzy Cisneros?
Feria.
Yeah, Ozzy Cisneros almost with the interception. Really good quickness that he showed, and to try to make that play.
Yeah, Presas got hit on the play, and when that happened, the ball did not come out. He's got a strong arm, but that ball did not come out as strong as it should. And it looks like Coach Adame will be taking his first time out of the game.
Presas is a big young man, and it's going to take a couple more players to take him down.
You are right. It is 4:55 to go in the first. 14-0. Mercedes is winning against the La Feria Lions, and they've got a 3rd and 20. And most of this first quarter has been all Mercedes, Rini. 3rd and 20. What do you think Coach Adame is telling his folks and his team right there in the huddle?
you know, they're at a point right now where this may even be 4-down territory. You know, La Feria hasn't been able to seem to move the ball very much.
You're right.
I don't know if they're going to try to go for it all, but maybe try to get 10 yards here, something manageable. They can get across the 50-yard line. Maybe you'll see them go for it here on 4th down.
If you think they get 10 or more yards, you think they'll go for it on 4th?
I think if they can get across the 50, they'll go for it. Their defense seems to be playing pretty strong right now.
Well, the pick is in for René Verduzco, my color commentator. Let's see what happens on the play. Presas is back. He's got the ball. He's deep, looking down the field. He's got a wide open player, and that is number 2, Joshua Garza, who is down at the 32, and he picks up the first down for a gain of 26 yards on the pass.
He was brought down by the senior from La Feria, AJ Torres, number 13. But like you said, I mean, that was they went for it all. They went for about a 15-yard pass, and the player was able to make that first down.
Joshua Garza picked up the rest when he was wide open. Presas is back, and they're running that swinging gate sort of play. Hands it off to Isaac Vela, who's got an opening up the middle to the 20, making some men miss down to the 10-yard line.
Wow. You know, that running back right there, he's running really well. He seems to be very light on his feet, made a couple jukes. I think he broke about 4 tackles on that play.
Yes, and that is number 24, the junior Isaac Vela. He had 88 yards last game, and this game he's already got about, I'm going to say about 35. My statistician is looking that up, but he's got around 35 or so, and we are into the first quarter.
You know, he took that ball off that big right tackle, and he started down the near side of the field, and he ended up finishing at the far side. That he ran probably 45 yards
and
across the field.
It's back to Vela again, but La Feria defense reading that out this time. Number 6, Randy Cantu with the stop. 3:59 left to play, 14-0. Mercedes Tigers are up on the La Feria Lions. Ball looks like it's at about the 8-yard line, Reedy?
Yeah, it appears to be at the 8-yard line, the near hash mark. You know, it seems like right now Mercedes can't do anything wrong. They were about 3rd and 23 right now. Made that great 3rd down pickup. Great run right now by the running back. We'll see what they end up dialing up right now.
In a minute, they've moved about 60 yards down the field in just a few plays. They are explosive.
La Feria staying with that same nickel defense.
He's got a man open in the end zone, and he caught it. That is number 7, I believe.
Daniel Martinez, the junior.
Daniel 7, Presas to Martinez, and that is a 15-yard passing touchdown. And Rini, talk to me about that touchdown.
You know, Eric, those defensive backs are giving him a lot of room. There was nobody within 10 or 15 yards. The defensive back that made the play was standing at about 3 yards behind the goal line. You know, with a team that seems to be as athletic as Mercedes, I would wonder why so close to the goal line they would give them that much room, and they exploited it right there.
Hector Cruz tacking on that extra point. 21-0, Mercedes Tigers are winning here at Lions Stadium in La Feria. Eric Fantish alongside René Verduzco for 956 Sports. 3:19 left to play in the first. And we talked about this earlier. 6 points is all La Feria has allowed in their past 2 games. 21 points so far here in the first quarter. What do they need to do on defense?
I think they just need to settle down. Right now, they're not getting a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback, and Presas is making them pay right now.
You know, Coach Salinas, what do you think he's talking? What do you think he's saying to his players?
I think he's trying to just tell his players they need to relax. You know, they need to relax, settle in. You know, offensively, they need to get in some sort of a rhythm. Right now, their offense can't do anything. Their best defense may be sustaining a great offensive play right now in this drive.
You are correct. Hopefully they can pick up their time of possession, because it has been all Mercedes this first half. Let's see if we see that pooch kick again from number 14, Juan Cruz. They've done it twice already. Mercedes has.
La Feria is ready for it. They have some of their athletes there standing around the 35-yard line.
They do it again. Hoping for some crazy bounces, but La Feria picks up the ball at about 30 and number 11 for them. Mohamed just falls down, it looks like, after he picked up the ball. Not going to take any chances. So it'll be La Feria's ball on their own 33-yard line. First and 10, 3:16 left to go in the game. And let's see what...
La Feria really needs to have a good methodical drive right here, Eric. Their defense has been on the field a lot for this first quarter, and they really need to have a good drive here.
Galpin out of the shotgun, out back to pass, looking deep down the field. He's got a man with a diving catch. That is number 1, Angel Carrera. Diving catch right over the middle, wide open.
That was a great post route that Angel ran. He ran right in front of the safety, and the quarterback hit him right in stride.
And it looks like they're getting a little bit momentum. They're going with this no-huddle offense. They're out of that pistol formation again, and they've handed it off to their running back, who's got some space down to the 42-yard line, and that was number 10, excuse me, Adrian Torres for La Feria, who picks up about 10, 15 yards for another first down, Reedy.
La Feria had a great play call. Mercedes was blitzing on that play, so once the running back was able to beat the defensive lineman, he had open field.
And number 3, back to pass, the pocket collapses, but he's out to run. He's at the 30, 25, flag comes down, 20, pulled out of bounds at about the 16-yard line, and there's a flag at about the 27, Reedy. What do you think that is?
It looks like it's in the area of holding. It was really an uncalled for penalty. Quarterback had the corner, he had it beat, but we'll see what these officials call.
Yeah, he had it at about the, I'm going to say they had it about the 45-yard line, and he picked up about 20, 30 yards on that run, but...
It's going to be a spot foul, Eric. It looks like it's the 29-yard line.
You are correct. So they're going to bring that back to the 39. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And let's see what they're going to mark it. If that is a first down, though, or if that's going to be a second. And it is still a first down, though, because it was outside of the, he had already passed the first down marker. So La Feria's offense is moving. That is number 3. Galpin is back, looking deep down the field. Number 11, his wide receiver was open, but just a little bit over his head on that one.
Number 11, the junior, had really no chance of catching that ball. It was just sailed right over his head. I think if he could have that throw back, he would have looked somewhere else, because there was 2 defenders surrounded that young man.
And La Feria sticking with the no-huddle offense. They're getting the play from the sideline, trying to pick up the pace of this game. Galpin is back again. He's talking to his running back. Let's see if they pass here again. It is 2nd and 10. Down the field, looking for it all in the end zone. And he led his receiver just a little bit too much. Brandon Perez, a little bit out of his reach. And it'll be 3rd and 10 for the La Feria Lions. What happened there?
It's really surprising me that they're going for it all right now. They had some success doing a couple things right now, and they've kind of gone away from it. They've gone for some 2 big passes. Again, that wide receiver was in double coverage.
3rd and 10 right here. 2:04 left to play in the first quarter. Galpin is back on their own La Feria's own 40-yard line. There's a blitz coming from the outside from number 34. He's got a man wide open. Number 1. He makes a man miss at the 30, the 20, the 25, the 10, and number 1. Angel Carrera made some players miss, and he took it all the way down the sideline for La Feria's first touchdown of the game.
Mercedes had a blitz coming out from the outside. Number 34, Fabricio Quintanilla, had the quarterback. You saw Galpin step into the pocket, find number 1, Angel Carrera, wide open. He made a couple guys miss, and the rest is history, Eric.
They had a fantastic play there. Cross-field pass from Galpin to Angel Carrera, and we saw some nifty moves out of him, right?
Well, what appeared to be a big loss and a huge defensive play for Mercedes, Galpin showed the poise in the pocket, stepped up a little bit, and was able to deliver a strike across the field.
Joel Nava adding that extra point. 21-7, 1:51 to play in the first. Mercedes is leading the La Feria Lions. And Rini, La Feria on that last drive, picked up the offense a little bit, got a little bit faster. They went to that hurry up, no huddle, seemed to pay some dividends. What did you see on that drive there that probably only lasted about 45 seconds of game time.
I saw that the offensive line was giving the quarterback a little bit more time to throw the ball compared to a couple of the other drives that they started with. And La Feria took care of the ball this time. They didn't turn it over. They didn't fumble. So we'll see what happens here on defense. Mercedes has not had any trouble yet being stopped. I'm not sure if they've even had to punt the ball yet. So it's going to be interesting to see if the defense can pick up with the La Feria offense.
Mercedes has had 1 4th down and they went for it, and it was a turnover on downs. But other than that, they have scored on 3 of their 4 possessions, and they lead 21-7. And we're getting ready for kickoff. And it looks like this La Feria Lions, which is a home game to them, but granted, this is, 2 towns that are right next to each other. So it's really kind of a home game for both teams. Each team has probably the equivalent number of fans in the crowd tonight. So Nava will be back to kick for La Feria. 1:51 to play in the first quarter. 21-7, Mercedes is up, and it looks like we've got number 1, Roel Garcia, back for Mercedes. And let's see if he kicks it deep. Yeah, he kicks it deep. Ball picked up at about the 20 by number 11, Jordan Aguilar, who's got some space, cuts up the field. He's making men miss, plowing through players. Picked up the ball about the 20, and he got to about the 45, a 25-yard return. The Tigers will be starting at their own 45, I'm sorry, at their own 45-yard line.
The defensive coordinator, or excuse me, the special teams coach can't be happy with all those missed tackles. The ball carrier was hit at the 25-yard line, again at the 30, and he was still able to get all the way down to the 45.
This is the second time, Rini, that we've seen Mercedes have excellent field position after a La Feria kickoff. Once to start the game, and then right now after they've scored. Both times they actually started right here at the 45-yard line. So let's see if Mercedes can capitalize on this excellent field position. Presas, the quarterback for Mercedes, is back. He's looking for the ball. Here's the snap. He's rolling out to his left. Off his back foot, makes a player miss. Another one miss, and he is getting pulled down. He made about 2 or 3 players miss, but that looks like that was number 54, Jose Armando Rodriguez.
Eric, that play
with the sack.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Eric. That play just took a long time to develop. Presas was trying to pick the defense apart, and by that time, you have to gang tackle this quarterback, and it looks like one guy was able to hang on, 2 other guys were able to jump on the shoulder pads, and they were able to get the big fella down.
The gang tackle looks like it's the only way, which you have brought up earlier, to bring down this big boy. And it is looks like it's going to be 2nd and 20. They're on the 35-yard line. Mercedes Presas back to throw again. He's got all the time in the world, looking deep down the field, and is number 2 with the catch. But there is a flag on the play, and that is a deep throw. I think Presas threw that about 40 yards down the field, Rini. I mean, that was a throw.
And that was against the wind, Eric. With a crosswind coming out across him.
Yeah. All that time, he could launch the ball, but let's wait to see. The refs are all gathered up. We had a couple flags thrown. A hat was thrown. Who knows what the call's going to be?
Well, it looks like they want to call defensive pass interference.
And if you're Mercedes, you're definitely going to be declining that because the catch was complete.
And the hat was thrown as well, so it looks like that's 2 penalties that one official was throwing. So it's very interesting to see here what they're going to call.
Eric Fantish alongside Rene Verduzco. We are here, Mercedes Tigers versus the La Feria Lions. 50 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Mercedes leads 21-7. We are a part of 956sports.com. Thank you so much for listening to us. We always appreciate a good Friday night football game underneath the big lights. And here's the call. A holding on the defense is the first one, which will be declined. And it is going to be a first down. There was only 1 penalty then, I guess, was the call. So Mercedes will be declining the penalty, and they will have the ball 1st and 10 on about their own 29, I'm sorry, on La Feria's 29-yard line. And God, that was a big play again. You know, 2nd and 20 we saw last time. They got about 25 yards. 2nd and 20 again. Now they get about 40 yards.
You know, Mercedes has been living on that big play, and it seems like if La Feria can just make that one play, it can make a big difference at one stop, and they're having a hard time right now slowing down this spread offense with this big quarterback that has such a big arm.
You're right, the defensive back had the ball, was in position, he fell down, and that's where the holding came. So we didn't exactly see, you know, a big defensive stop there, but the defensive back was in the area. He was ready to make a play, but just
the ball was a little bit underthrown, and when that happens, it's always a positive for the offense, because the offense is looking for the ball. The defender wasn't looking, ran into the offensive player, which is why they called the holding. And you know, you got to give number 2 for Mercedes, Joshua Garza, a lot of credit for making a play on that ball.
Yeah, fantastic catch. Had to come back for it a little bit, and it was a pretty great catch. Presas is back for Mercedes. Here comes the snap. He's looking deep again to pass. He's got his wide receiver number 2 open right up the middle on a hook and ladder, on a hook sort of play. Number 2, Joshua Garza, gets to about the 1 yard line. It was about a 10-yard pass on the hook, and he picked up another 10 with his feet.
Yeah, that looked like a little out route, a little hook route, and missed tackles, you know, but Mercedes seems to have a lot of athletes out there in the receiver position making some plays tonight.
Excellent, excellent job. Now right here, what do you think they're going to be doing? A run or a pass? Let's see.
It looks like they're going to do probably a zone read.
Yeah, you're right. Presas keeps the ball, and he keeps driving his feet. And he's in for his first rushing touchdown of the game, which is going to put Mercedes up 27-7.
You know,
and we saw them march down the field just as fast as La Feria did. They came right back.
You know, that's a great answer by the Mercedes offense, you know, answering that touchdown that La Feria was able to score. But how about this, Eric? Scoring 35 points in the first quarter between the two teams.
You are right, and Mercedes tacks on the extra point. 28-7, 27 seconds left to go in the first. I don't know if I would have expected this to be as high scoring as it was, considering both defenses were pretty good the past couple weeks. But again, both offenses were good for both teams. So I think I was going to see more of a sort of
defensive battle.
Fight. Yeah.
You know, it just hasn't seemed to play out that way. But you know, La Feria still seems to be in this game right now. You know, if they can continue, there's a lot of time. We're still in the first quarter, Eric.
You are right, and we apologize for the win, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to us, and we are up top the press box here at Lions Field, and we kind of got kicked out of the press box, so we are on top of the field calling the game, and it is a little bit windy, but it is nice. It is nice.
You know, Eric, one thing I'm noticing about the La Feria defense is when they're able to get pressure on the quarterback, Bresas struggles. You know, he struggles making the right reads, struggles picking up outside of the pocket. When they're giving him all that time, he's able to make some plays with his arms, and then the athletes that he has on the outside are really tearing the secondary apart.
Let's see if kicker number 14, Juan Cruz, does another pooch kick for Mercedes. He's done it all 4 times, ladies and gentlemen, that he has kicked off, and there it is again. That sort of pooch kick, but La Feria fields it at about the 40 and number 11.
Number 11, it looks like Mohamed Mugrabi
catches it. Mugrabi catches it. Thank you. And he gets knocked back about 2 yards on that play, Mohamed Mugrabi. And actually, it looks like Mercedes has has kicked the ball to him about 2 or 3 times already. You know, but he's got those sure hands, and he keeps making the catch. He has not let one get by him.
You know, whatever it is that Mercedes is doing right now, it's working. So I would be very surprised to see that change if they continue to score.
La Feria did the no huddle last time, and they were able to score, so let's see if they stick with it. Quarterback Galpin is back, looks for the pass. He's got number 1, Angel Carrera, open down the field, makes a player miss, another one miss. And he picks up about 7 yards on the play. They're at about the 45-yard line. They got another 3 to go. Second and 3. And he steps out of bounds.
You know, that's a great play call on first down. You know, making it second and manageable. Now you have a good opportunity. You open up the playbook a little bit more. They can run, they can pass. There's a lot of different things that they can do on this play.
Galpin is back out of the shotgun formation. He rolls out to his right, looking for someone down the field, and nothing doing. Throws it away because he was about to get hit. And that reads 0, ladies and gentlemen. The first quarter is now over, 28-7. The Mercedes Tigers are leading the La Feria Lions 28-7. We're starting up the second quarter, and it's going to be 2nd and 3. What did you see in that first quarter, Reedy?
You know, I just saw a lot right now of the Mercedes offense really showing their strength, and the defensive line for Mercedes as well has been really strong and covering up some of those holes. La Feria needs to try to run the ball a little bit. They need to try to develop some sort of a running game. Right now, it looks like the most success they're having right now is when their quarterback Galpin is outside of the pocket.
You are correct on that. Anytime he's been lining up out of the shotgun formation this past couple drives, and by doing that, he's been able to get a little bit more time.
Yes, that's right.
Let's see if they stick with it. We are starting the second quarter here.
This is a big third down play right here, Eric. They're 3rd and 4, you know, and they're still on their side of the ball, their side of the 45-yard line.
Starting up the second quarter, excuse me. Galpin is back out to pass. He's getting some pressure. Nothing doing. Can he turn the corner? He does, but it looks like he only got back to the original line of scrimmage, scrambling around in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be about 4th and 2.
You know, there's just nothing doing for him there in the secondary. He tried to roll out, buy himself a little bit more time. But again, the quickness of the defenders on Mercedes is really showing right now. Mercedes closed up any opportunity for the first down on that play.
All right. La Feria looks like they are lined up to go for it. Galpin is back.
Well, remember, they did that little quick kick earlier. Let's see what they do on this one.
Up, they're going for it. Handoff up the middle to number 2. He fights for it, and that is Roosbel Gonzalez, who's got enough for the first down, and
you know,
La Feria needed that.
He got hit at the line of scrimmage and was just willed his way for that extra couple yards to cross that yard line.
Yeah, La Feria definitely needed that down 3 scores. Galpin is back now, and they are sticking, with that no huddle offense. Galpin with the zone read, handed it off. He even fooled me to number 2, Roosbel, but he kept it, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down.
That's a great play right there by by the quarterback, number 3, Isaac Galpin. You know, put it in the gut of that running back, then took it right out and was able to take it up the middle right behind the center.
You are right. I even got a little tricked out there on that. I thought Gonzalez had that the whole way, and I think a couple of the Mercedes defenders even thought the same thing. Lined up out of the shotgun formation, 2nd and 2. Quick pass, screen pass to number 1, Angel Carrera, and he's got enough for the first down.
You know, number 5 right now for La Feria, Brandon Bettis, sophomore, put out a great block so that Carrera could make that play.
Carrera with the first down, and they've been doing a lot of those quick screens out to him, Rini. He was the one that got the touchdown for La Feria earlier in this, in the first quarter. He can definitely make a miss, and he is he's got no one lined up next to him right now. Let's see if if Isaac Galpin can see that. He's dropped back to pass, but nothing doing. He's running for it, and he looks like he's got about 7 yards on that play.
You know, it looked like he wanted to go up top to his receiver, but the Mercedes secondary seemed to have that read. They were getting that flag pattern.
You're right. You know, number 2, Roosbel Gonzalez had no one lined up in front of him, but it looks like as if Mercedes was able to adjust once the play started, and Galpin is back now. 2nd and 2, at their own 29. At Mercedes 29-yard line. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. And he's scrambling out in the backfield. Pressure coming. He's hit while he throws. And he had number 5, Brandon Bettis, deep, but just overthrew him.
You know, 2 defenders came bearing down on Galpin. Number 34, Fabricio Quintanilla. I didn't think I'd get a chance to see who the other gentleman was.
I think it was number 32, Ricky Blanco.
You know, they nailed the quarterback, and it looks like he's hurting right now.
Yeah, La Feria will be taking a timeout on that play. He definitely looks like he's a little shook up. What happened on that play, Rini, to get those two big linebackers to just sandwich him?
Well, it looks like the outside linebacker came out from the outside. The running back couldn't put the block upon him, and he missed that block. And Galpin was completely exposed trying to make that long pass, and he really got hit really hard. He looks like he's in some pain there in the sidelines. Hopefully it's nothing. He just maybe lost his air. We'll be able to come right back in. Looking right now on the sidelines, it looks like they're going to be putting in number 8.
You are right. Galpin is now taking a seat on the bench, and he is getting some condolences from his teammates. But they have got a new quarterback in the game. I think that is number 11. No, sorry.
Who's the quarterback now?
It looks like it will be number 5.
Brandon Bettis, the sophomore.
Bettis.
A Wildcat.
And he's running the Wildcat to the left side. Trying to make that pile move, but nothing really doing it. Only can get back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 2 for La Feria. And Bettis could not convert on that Wildcat, Rini.
Yeah, right now, I'm looking on the sidelines right now, and it seems that Galpin seems to be in a lot of pain. Hopefully he ends up being all right. Looks like we got 4th down and short right now for La Feria. They're going to be going for it with still Bettis in the backfield.
And here they are. Bettis hands it off to number 15, right up the mid-tool. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. That is the junior Dimas Trevino. And it looks like he was able to get to about the 15-yard line and pick up enough for that first down.
We'll see what La Feria's offense can do, make an adjustment, losing a big player like a quarterback. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully he comes back pretty soon.
All right, so it is first down. And folks, there is a chance of showers possibly coming into this. So if so, we may have to pack it up a little bit. Number 8, for La Feria with the keeper, Jaime Garcia. And he gets about a first down on that play, and it looks like some rain may be coming this way in the next, I'd say, about 20 minutes or so.
Jaime Garcia, number 8 on the ball carrier.
It is iffy, folks. As you can tell, we are on top of the press box. So if rain does come, we may have to pack it up because we are exposed with our camera equipment and our computers. Here's the handoff. 2nd and 1, and looks like nothing's doing.
Looks like now they do have a new quarterback, number 8 in the game, Jaime Garcia, a senior.
And number 3, Galpin, is still sitting on that bench, and he is getting examined by trainers. Never something you want to see. And here's the quarterback out of the shotgun, looking for the pass. 3rd and 1, hands it off to his running back, who's got... Ooh, that's going to be a close one, folks. He was very close to a first down. It was 3rd and 1, and it looks like they're marking it. They're marking that a 1st and 10.
You know, the offense has really changed in these last 4 or 5 plays. They're leaning more on the run play.
You're right. Now that Galpin is out. 1st and 10, number 2. Now, I mean, they are running with a medley of quarterbacks here. I'm sorry, that's number 2. That's number 8. Jaime Garcia now playing quarterback. He's out to pass. Little quick pass to number 5, Brandon Bettis. He picks up about 5 yards.
That was a great pass right now. They threw a little bit of a post route, and Brandon Bettis was able to come down with the ball.
And it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 4, maybe even 2 for La Feria Lions. They're down 28-7. They definitely need to score here in this 2nd quarter. And here's the keeper. And there's nothing doing there. Mercedes sniffed out that play.
Looks like it was that big offensive lineman, number 93 again on that, or excuse me, the big defensive lineman, number 93 on that play, Jose Gomez. He's really played a really good game today, Eric.
He has. It is 28-7. Mercedes leading the La Feria Lions. 7:30 left to go in the second quarter. 3rd down and 3 from La Feria is at Mercedes' 5-yard line. They're in the pistol formation. Here's the handoff. Number 2, he's got a hole and he's in for the touchdown. Roosbel Gonzalez.
That's hard running right there, right up the middle. It looked like he was done at the line of scrimmage, but he just never gave up. And he continued rushing and pushing those legs, and he was able to cross the pylons.
You are right, Rini. It looked kind of like Mercedes had that sniffed out, but he powered through, and he was able to put some much-needed points on the board for La Feria before this game was going to get carried away. I mean, you would have hated to see them run all the way down the field and not be able to score, especially being down 3 points. So they really needed that one.
And I think that's going to help out with the confidence. They move the ball really well, considering now they have their second-string quarterback out there.
Number 14. La Feria knocks down the extra point. 28-14, 7:20 left to go in the second quarter. Mercedes is leading the La Feria Lions. We're here at Lions Stadium. For 956 Sports, I'm Eric Fantish alongside Rini Verduzco with Mike Keller. Rini, now that you've seen some 2 consistent offensive plays in a row, offensive series in a row by La Feria, what do they need to do here on defense in order to stop Mercedes?
You know, I think they just need to not give up the big play. You know, there's been 2 big plays in this game on the offensive side of the ball that have really hurt La Feria's defense. Exactly. So I think they need to try to settle in. They're doing things right, you know, but there's 2 big plays that they've given up so far on big downage.
You're right. They've been giving up about a big 25-yard pass when it was 3rd and 20, and then a 40-yard pass when it was 2nd and 20. So not looking good.
Garcia, number 1, and Isaac Vela, number 24 for the Tigers. Back deep for the receiving.
And here's number 14. Joel Nava, who will be kicking from the radio dial of your left to right. Mercedes will be going from right to left. 7:20 left to go in the second quarter. And let's see if La Feria possibly tries to do their own pooch kick. Maybe their own sort of onside. See if they can get the ball back. The kick is off. And nope, they kick it deep, but not too far. Mercedes fields at about the 22-yard line, running up the field. Tackled at about the 34 was number 25. That was Damian Ledesma. And Mercedes Tigers will be getting their starting field position at about the 35-yard line, near hash mark. They have moved the ball well, so field position is not necessarily a bad thing for Mercedes.
You know, with 7:14 left in the second quarter, La Feria needs to try to make a stop right here. Try to get the ball back and try to put some more points on the board before the half ends. If they can do that, you know, then this game is really still within the shooting distance.
You are correct. Mercedes did receive, so La Feria will be receiving at halftime. So if they can make a stop and go down only 1 touchdown, that would be a huge overcoming. So Presas is back again. He's calling for it. I don't know if he got that off in time, and it looks like he was sacked big by number 54, who held him for La Feria, Jose Armando Rodriguez, and then the big number 33 came in, Rini. Who was that?
Jonathan Leja, his tag team buddy, helping him out there with the stop. You
Jumping on top.
We're talking about that gang tackling. That's a big boy out there, number 18, the quarterback. Folks, if you can't see the game right now, he's a pretty big guy. It's going to take a couple players to get him down right now.
Yeah, they got him big. It looks like it's 2nd and 16, so will La Feria be able to hold off the big play that you were talking about earlier? Let's see. Presas is back to pass. Pump fakes once, going deep down the field. A bunch of, and it's an interception by La Feria, number 7. Ozzy Cisneros up the sideline. He's got some room to run. He makes a couple men miss and tackled at the 25-yard line of Mercedes. Caught it gained about the 35, ran it back about an extra, I don't know, 30 yards. And that may be the turn that we were looking for La Feria here.
You know, I think Presas was trying to catch lightning in a bottle again, Eric, and you know, he made that throw ill-advised into double coverage. The receiver really never had a chance, and La Feria now has the momentum on their side of the ball, Eric, on their side of the field.
You are correct. That was a big interception right there. They tried to go deep, but nothing doing. Still second string quarterback in Jaime Garcia. Hands it off. The option read gives it to number 10, Adrian Torres, but nothing really doing there on that one. And Rini, you were talking about it. If they can make the stop, they made the stop. It looks like the La Feria sideline and not just the players, but the fans have gotten a little bit more into it. Your coach Adame, what do you want to do to settle down your Mercedes defense?
You know, they got to get pressure on this quarterback right now. He's a quarterback that probably doesn't have the same experience as Galpin. You know, get some pressure, stop the run, force him into some long yardage situations like they've got right now.
Garcia and lined up in the shotgun formation. And out back to Pat. Nope, sorry, runs it, number 10. And he makes a couple men miss, a spin move. Oh, up the middle.
You know, here comes the rain now, Eric, so we'll see if this takes the air out of the ball a little bit.
Yeah, you are correct.
That was a great run right now by that running back. He took it all the way down inside the 20-yard line. We got 3rd down and 3 for La Feria Lions. Another zone read. He gave it to the running back to the near side of the field. Nothing doing. La Feria lost about 4 yards on that play. As the rain started to come down, we got to wonder, is this going to change the passing scheme at all for Mercedes if they get the ball back?
And folks, sorry for this, but there is some rain here, and we are trying to cover up our equipment to protect it so we can continue giving you this broadcast. And papers are flying.
That was an incomplete pass on 4th down, and there you have it. Mercedes making a big stop. La Feria couldn't get anything going after the turnover, and the rain is coming down now, fellas. All right, we're going to have to shut down, guys. The rain's too much.
This rain is too much. We are on the outside. Folks, thank you so much for sticking with us. 956 Sports. We'll try to keep you up via Twitter if possible.